All right, Mick Francis, massive week for you. Jai Opetaia and Justice Huni in some massive fights. What are your sort of thoughts on both their fights?
Yeah, look, it's pinch yourself stuff. You know, like I never thought when I first got involved in boxing that we'd be, well, especially having two world title fights on the same day, never alone world title fights at all. So, both boys have worked their asses off ever since I've known them. They both deserve it. Justice was a bit of a surprise, and if you have a look at, he only got 5 weeks' notice for this particular fight, but he tries to stay ready. He was probably about 120 odd kilos when we got the call out. He'd probably get in the ring about 111. So, I'm proud of both points. The fact that Justice comes out about 7 o'clock in the morning on Sunday morning, and Jai comes out about 9:30 on Sunday night. I don't think it's ever been done before, and possibly by an Australian promoter / manager, or it'll be done again. But both these guys, they both deserve what they get. They both work hard, and they both have massive talents.
What do you make of Jai's comments up there? He sort of said that Claudio's here to fight, and he's not taking him lightly at all. What do you make of his comments?
Well, if you have a look way back in July 2022. Okay, Breeders come over to Australia, and he overlooked Jai. Okay, Jai was a rank outsider. Mate, Jai took that opportunity with both hands, and a performance of a lifetime. 2 broken jaws. Who's to say that Claudio isn't one of another Jai Opetaia? He's never been beaten. He's 7-0. He's tough. He's a knucklehead. We've watched a bit of his stuff. He comes forward. He can punch. He can take a punch. There's no question about it. He's the IBF European champion, so he's no slouch. So, every single fight's got to be taken seriously, and it's got to be taken as a world title fight. So, as Jai keeps saying, there's another Jai Opetaia out there. So, it's going to be a good fight. Jai should win the fight, and he should win the fight comfortably, on paper, okay? But you just never know, because if you look at the last fight against David Naika, Jai got stung in that second round. If that was early in the fight, in that second round, it could have been a different story. You don't know. So, and it just shows that Jai is human as well. So, and I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that saw that and do see a flaw with Jai, and they may attack that particular flaw, but he's going to have to put on a very, very, very special performance to beat Jai Opetaia on Sunday.
Jai's going to be fully focused on this fight, but I'm sure you as a manager and promoter would be thinking about what's potentially down the track. Zurdo Ramirez, Badu Jack, God willing Jai wins this weekend. How soon can those fights happen?
I've said it before, we've been promised on 3 different occasions for the Ramirez fight. Jai wants that belt, that WBO belt. He doesn't care about who's got the belts, he just wants those titles. It means a lot to Jai, the WBO belt, for personal reasons. So, it's not about the money, like Jai's, been on camera saying that he'll take a pay cut to get that fight across the line. It's about, legacy and about the opportunity to fight for the belts he wants to fight for. So, if Jai gets the opportunity, he'll take it both hands. It's not about money. He's never asked about the money. It's all about legacy. So, realistically, I just got off the phone to Spencer Brown then. He just called me then because he saw a little bit of this, and he goes, "Don't worry, Mick, we'll get that fight." Well, mate, Spencer Brown's the guy behind DAZN. I'm not sure if people know or give him the respect of actually who he is. He's the first guy that originally met up with Turki Al-Sheikh in New York. He put the first original deal together because of Tyson Fury. So he's the man, the brains behind DAZN. So he pulls a lot of clout in that part of the world. So if he says that we're going to get that fight at the back end of the year, we're going to get that fight at the back end of the year.
Just back on Justice, a win in that fight, what does that do for his career and I guess yourself? That's a massive, massive accomplishment.
It's a huge accomplishment. Like, you think about Justice, okay, he's been plagued with injuries, as we know. From his 3rd professional fight, he's never been in the ring 100% healthy. He's going to get in the ring about 70% healthy in this fight. Again, the Kevin Lerena fight, it's probably 50%, if that. That was probably the worst I've ever seen his performance leading into a fight. And Kevin Lerena is obviously a massive puncher and a massive talent in the heavyweight division. But if Justice can do what we think he can do, at 26 years old, 12-0, the WBA interim heavyweight world title. I don't think people understand the magnitude. Like we haven't really. Lucas Brown done a little bit back in the day, which I take nothing away from Lucas because he's a big banger, a big puncher, good chin on him. If Justice can secure this and it's well documented, the winner of this fight will actually fight for the regular title. So if Justice can do what we think he can do, mate, this is massive, not only for Wardley-Huni, that's massive for Australian boxing. So I think he can do it. I think he'll box his ears off, so I'm looking forward to Sunday because we've got two massive fights, two different parts in the world, both homegrown talents, both Tasman fighters, my first two ever signings, and I couldn't be more prouder of both of the boys.
Just last one, the media turnout seems to be growing and growing here for Jai Opetaia. You must be, I know you've said, it's been poor in the past, but you must be happy with how it's sort of progressing now.
Look, I think the partnership between Fox and DAZN is a shot in the arm Australian boxing needed. I think it's something that it's going to change the landscape of boxing in this part of the world for the better. I just hope that everyone can come together and start working with each other and trying to promote this sport and build it the way it should be built. We've got so much talent in this country. Have I fluked signing all these guys? Mate, I think there's another 3 or 4 of these guys in Australian boxing right now. We've just got to find them. And we've got to give them the opportunities, give them the pathways, give them the right fights, show them some love and invest wisely. So, there's more opportunities out there for Australian fighters if we have the platforms. So with that particular partnership, sky's the limit. On the back of that is marketing. You need to promote these guys. Not only get them on TV, you've got to tell people to tune in and watch these guys. Fox is probably the biggest media outlet in Australia, Fox and News Corp. To be finally associated in a little way, but in any way with these guys, it's going to help all of our fighters and collaborating with DAZN, with the Fox fighters. I think it's going to be something that will develop boxing in this part of the world over the next 10 years, I hope. Fingers crossed, but it's looking good so far.
Nice one. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you.